What if the thing they called too sensitive was never a flaw, but your body trying to warn you? Stay with us. By the end, you'll finally understand. Someone once told you to stop being so sensitive. You laughed it off. But that sentence stayed with you longer than you ever admitted. Your heart races before a simple phone call. Your hands shake before ordinary conversations. From the outside, it looks like nothing at all. You were called dramatic for crying after a hard day, overreacting for needing quiet. But your body wasn't performing, it was overwhelmed. What if these reactions aren't personality flaws? What if they're anxiety symptoms, so common doctors see them every day, yet rarely explained? In the next few minutes, we're breaking down 5 anxiety symptoms most people mistake for sensitivity, starting with the one you feel every night. You are not broken. You were simply never taught to recognize what your own nervous system has been trying to tell you all along. For years, anxiety symptoms got filed under one lazy label: sensitivity. It's simple, dismissive, and it lets everyone off the hook, but you. When people misread your anxiety as weakness, you stop explaining. You just go quiet, and that silence slowly becomes its own kind of pain. Long before your mind catches up, your body already knows. Tight shoulders, shallow breath, a clenched jaw. These aren't overreactions. They're early warnings. These symptoms hide in plain sight. They look like moodiness, laziness, or drama. So nobody, including you, ever connects them back to anxiety. So let's look again, not through the lens of overreacting, but through the lens of a nervous system doing exactly what it was built to do. Let's start with the one almost everyone recognizes but nobody names correctly: replaying conversations long after they're over. It's 2 in the morning and you're replaying a sentence you said hours ago, wondering if it sounded wrong, too much, or not enough. This isn't overthinking for the sake of it. It's your brain scanning for danger in a conversation that already ended hours ago. You wake up tired, not from lack of sleep, but from a mind that worked all night trying to solve something that was never broken. A text left unread for 3 hours, a pause before someone answers, small moments that quietly spiral into hours of silent worry. When you finally explain why you're distracted, someone shrugs and says you're overanalyzing again, so you stop explaining and start apologizing instead. You didn't choose this loop. Nobody chooses to relive their own words on repeat. It's a nervous system stuck in overdrive, not a flaw. Naming it out loud, "I'm ruminating right now," can interrupt the loop. It sounds simple, but it gives your brain something else to hold. For a moment, the spiral loosens its grip, not gone completely but quieter, and that small relief is proof your mind can be interrupted. If you've ever rewritten a text message 10 times or replayed a laugh you gave a stranger, this symptom already lives quietly inside you. But rumination isn't the only sign. Sometimes anxiety skips the mind completely and goes straight into your body before you even notice it's there. Before you even feel nervous, your stomach already knows. That tight, hollow feeling before a meeting isn't drama. It's your body bracing. The room is calm. Nobody's raising their voice. Yet your heart is pounding like you're in danger. Because to your body, you actually are. You realize you've been holding your breath for the last 10 minutes without noticing. Shallow breathing has quietly become your body's default. Your palms sweat before a simple introduction. Your face flushes over a small mistake. These reactions feel oversized only because nobody explained the wiring. When your hands shook during a presentation, someone called you fragile. Nobody considered that your nervous system was simply doing its ancient job. This is fight or flight activating in a grocery store line instead of a real emergency. Your body can't always tell the difference. You always know where the nearest exit is, even in places you love. It's not paranoia. It's a body quietly preparing just in case. Pressing your feet flat on the floor, feeling the texture beneath them. It sounds small, but it reminds your body that right now, it's safe. Slowly, with practice, the pounding heart softens, not because the world changed, but because your body is learning it's allowed to feel safe again. There's a third symptom, one that shows up not in your body, but in your calendar, an intense need to know exactly what's coming next. You plan every detail of a trip, a meeting, even a simple weekend, not because you're controlling, but because uncertainty feels physically unbearable. One unanswered question can occupy your entire evening. Not knowing feels worse than knowing something bad, because your mind fills the silence with worst cases. Friends call you controlling for needing a plan, but it was never about control. It was about surviving a mind that fears the unknown. What if the flight is delayed? What if they're upset? What if it all falls apart? The what-ifs multiply faster than you can answer them. This isn't rigidity. It's a coping mechanism. Structure becomes the one thing your nervous system can hold on to when everything feels unpredictable. A canceled plan, a last-minute change, small to everyone else, but to you, it can feel like the ground shifting beneath your feet. Practicing small doses of maybe, leaving one plan open, one detail unknown, slowly teaches your nervous system that uncertainty isn't always danger. Choosing to leave something unplanned, even once, is a quiet kind of bravery most people will never notice or understand. It won't feel comfortable right away, but each small moment of tolerated uncertainty proves your mind is capable of more flexibility than you thought. There's a fourth symptom, and it shows up the moment someone gives you feedback, even feedback meant kindly, meant to help. One critical sentence in a meeting, and suddenly it's the only thing you think about for the rest of the day, replaying every word. Your shoulders tense the instant you hear, "Can I give you some feedback?" It's not fear of the words. It's fear of not being enough. You're told you can't take criticism, that you're too thin-skinned, but nobody sees the years of feeling like every mistake defines your worth. This reaction often walks hand in hand with perfectionism, a quiet belief that any mistake proves you were never good enough to begin with. You apologize before anyone even finishes their sentence. Sorry becomes a reflex, a shield you raise before the criticism even fully lands. A mistake is a moment, not an identity. Learning to separate the two is slow work, but it's the work that finally loosens the grip. What if feedback was just information, not judgment, a data point, not a verdict on who you are as a person? Next time, the sting is still there, but it passes faster. You breathe, you listen, and you don't disappear into shame like you used to. Your worth was never tied to a perfect performance. It never needed to be earned through flawlessness in the first place. There's a fifth symptom, one that hides behind a smile at every gathering, the deep exhaustion that follows even the best social occasions. The party was fun, truly, but the second you sit alone in your car, your whole body exhales like it's been holding its breath for hours. Small talk costs you more energy than people realize. Every exchange is quietly calculated, monitored, measured, long before the conversation even ends. You cancel plans not because you don't care, but because your social battery hit zero and pushing through would only make things worse. Friends call you antisocial for needing space, but needing space isn't rejection, it's recovery. The same way muscles need rest after effort, maintaining the right expression, the right tone, the right amount of enthusiasm. It's a performance most people don't realize you're constantly giving. An hour alone with a book, no talking required, does more to restore you than most people could ever understand or expect. You start choosing fewer plans but deeper ones. One honest conversation over coffee instead of an hour of forced small talk at a party. learning to leave a gathering early, without a long explanation, without guilt, is one of the quietest forms of self-respect there is. Overthinking, physical tension, needing certainty, fear of criticism, social exhaustion, 5 different symptoms, one same misunderstood root, an overactive nervous system. Now that you can name them, let's talk about what actually helps, not to eliminate these feelings, but to finally work with them. The first step is simple but powerful, calling it what it actually is, not sensitivity, not drama, but anxiety, asking to be understood. Talking to a therapist or trusted professional isn't weakness, it's giving your nervous system a guide who actually understands its language. Saying no to one more commitment, without a paragraph of justification, protects the energy you need to show up for what truly matters. Explaining these patterns to the people who love you, even briefly, often changes everything because most dismissal comes from confusion, not cruelty. Slow mornings, deep breaths before hard conversations, a short walk after a stressful call, small daily practices that quietly retrain an overworked nervous system. You are never too sensitive. You are carrying an invisible weight nobody bothered to name. And now, finally, you know exactly what it is. Overthinking is scanning. Racing hearts are protection. Needing certainty is coping. Fearing criticism is perfectionism. Social exhaustion is real, not flaws, signals. If this explains something about you, imagine what it could explain to someone who once called you too sensitive without understanding why. If this video finally named something you've felt for years, like it, comment which symptom hit hardest and share it with someone who needs it. Subscribe because next time we're naming another feeling you've never had the words for, you deserve to finally understand yourself completely.